Hi everyone! By the way, I'm Vincent John Alvin and Cañeda. I'm grouping Bachelor of Science in Economics at the University of Southeastern Philippines. I'm a second year student, and today I want you to know what is a command economy, what are the characteristics of a command economy, and what are the pros and cons of a command economy, and what are the countries that is a command economy.
Okay, let me first define what is a command economy or planned economy. Okay, a command economy is where a central government makes all economic decisions. The government or a collective owns the land and the means of production. It doesn't rely on the laws of supply and demand that operates in the market economy. A command economy also ignores the customs that guides a traditional economy. In recent years, many centrally planned economies began adding aspects of the market economy. The resultant of mixed economies better achieve their goals. So, we have 5 characteristics of a command economy. You can identify a modern centrally planned economy by the following 5 characteristics. First, the government creates a central plan. It means the 5-year plan sets economic and societal goals for every sector and in region of the country. Shorter-term plans convert the goals into actionable objectives. Second, the government allocates all resources according to the central plan. It tries to use the nation's capital, labor, and natural resources in the most efficient way possible. It promises to use each person's skills and abilities to their highest capacity. It seeks to eliminate unemployment. So, in the command economy, we have what to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce, completely determined by and controlled by central authority, which is the government. Third, the central plan sets the priorities for the production of all goods and services. This includes quotas and price controls. Its goal is to supply enough food, housing, and other basics to meet the needs of everyone in the country. It also sets national priorities. This includes mobilizing a war or generating robust economic growth. Fourth, the government owns monopoly businesses. There are industries deemed essential to the goals of the economy that usually includes finance, utilities, and automotive. There is no domestic competition in these sectors. Fifth, the government creates laws and regulations and directives to enforce the central plan. It means the business follows the plan, production, and hiring targets. They can't respond on their own to the free market forces. So, let's discuss about the pros and cons of the command economy, or the advantages and disadvantages. So, let's go to the pros. First, planned economy can quickly mobilize economic resources on a large scale. It means they can execute massive projects, create industrial power, and meet social goals. They aren't slowed down by lawsuits from individual or environmental impact statements. Second, command economies can wholly transform societies. To confirm the government vision, the new administration nationalizes private companies in previous owners' attempts for re-education classes. Workers receive new jobs based on the government assessment of their skills. So, that are the pros or the advantages of the command economy. So let's go beyond to the disadvantages or the cons. First, this rapid mobilization often means command economies mowed down for societal needs. For example, the government workers what jobs they must fulfill. It discourages them from moving. The good is to produce aren't always based consumer demand, but citizens find a way to fulfill their needs. Second, they often develop a shadow economy or a black market. It buys and sells the things that the command economy isn't producing. Leaders attempt to control this market to become support for them. Third, they often produce too much one thing and not enough for another. It means it's difficult for the central planners to get up to the information about consumer needs. Also, prices are set by the central plan. They are no longer measure or control demand. Instead, rationing often becomes necessary. Fourth, command economies discourage innovation. They reward business leaders for following directives. This doesn't allow taking the risk required to create new solutions. And the last one is, command economies struggle to produce the right exports at global market prices. It's challenging for central planners to meet the needs of the domestic product. Keeping the needs of the international market isn't even more complex. So, we have an example or a country that has a command economy. First is Belarus, China, Cuba, Iran, Libya, North Korea, and Russia. So, Belarus. Belarus is is a country that this former Soviet satellite is still a command economy. The government owns 80% of its businesses, while 15% of its bank. Second is China. After World War II, Mao Zedong created a communist-ruled society. He enforced a strictly planned economy, and current leaders are moving toward a market-based system. They continue to create 5-year plans that outline economic goals and objectives. Third is Cuba. Fidel Castro's 1959 revolutions installed communism and a planned economy. The Soviet Union subsidizes Cuba's economy until 1990. The government is slowly incorporating market reforms to spur growth. Fourth is Iran. The government controls 60% of the economy through state-owned businesses. It uses price controls and subsidies to regulate the market. The Great Recession, which is ignored. Instead, it devoted resources in expanding a nuclear capability. The United Nations imposed sanctions, worsening its recession. The economy should improve when the 2015 nuclear trade deal ends sanctions. Fifth is Libya. In 1969, Muammar Gaddafi created a command economy reliant upon oil revenues. Most Libyans work for the empowerment. Gaddafi has been instituting reform to create a market-based economy, but his 2011 assassination halted these plans. North Korea. After World War II, President Kim Il-sung created the world's most centrally planned economy. It created drug shortages, malnutrition, and several bouts of mass starvation. Most state resources go into the building up in the military. And the last is Russia. In 1917, Vladimir Lenin overthrew the Tsar. He created the first communist command economy. Joseph Stalin built a military might and quickly rebuilt the economy after World War II. The Soviet State Planning Committee, Gosplan, has been the most studied command economy entity. The USSR was also the longest-running command economy, lasting from the 1930s until the late 1980s. Then, the state transferred ownership to the largest company's oligarchs. So, the development of the theory of this is Venice economist Otto Neurath developed the concept of a command economy after World War I. That's all. Thank you.